Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nysarius. I'm gonna get this video started. So, after nearly 2 months of waiting, the patch notes are finally here. So I'm not gonna be reading these over in detail, I'm just gonna hit the highlights and then I'm gonna give my thoughts. So, they've made Valor Plate shards easier to unlock. That's nice. These can also be unlocked in multiplayer now, along with the Exalted Tower also being unlockable in multiplayer now. Apparently that, we kind of assumed that was a bug, but it's now confirmed and it's getting fixed. So you'll no longer have to do it in solo if you haven't finished unlocking all your shards yet. And they'll be easier to unlock as well. That said, going down the line next, Greyhawks and Armor-Sized Soul Shatter shards have seen a change from 15% of the enemy's max health to 10% of the enemy's max health. This is effectively so that they work on round bosses now. Round bosses have a soul shatter cap of 10% of their max health. So these shards literally didn't work on them. And that's all of the Valor Plate shard changes. Spirit Realm saw some nice quality of life changes. Generally going to make it a lot easier to overcharge events. You know, more souls, easier to charge there's altars, and also getting more loot from a fully overcharged event as well. And so, those are some nice changes. I guess, this might actually be a pretty nice change of pace from the Exalted Tower now. That's actually, like, reasonably rewarding. We'll have to see how long it takes to finish doing a fully overcharged round boss. Next things next. Dual Private Augments are seeing some changes as well. To essentially their drop combination chances. I don't know how to word this. I'll just read it out. Dual Prime Augments are more likely to drop a better primary trait combination, such as epic plus rare, epic plus epic, legendary plus epic, or legendary plus legendary. Now, rarity does not equal strength in this game. In fact, a lot of the best augments effects in the game are actually rare effects. So this might make things a little more difficult, actually. Some of the best dual primate augments you're actually going to be able to get is going to be legendary plus rare. So this actually might make some of those really, really good double primary augments hard to get. Yeah, said, that's not for sure. We'll have to wait and see. It might just essentially be upping the rarity, or like the chance of an epic or legendary effect, right? That might be all this really happening. Who knows? That said, Beetle Talisman has been, Beetle Talisman abuse has been removed from the game. No longer, essentially loop the Beetle Talisman effect with dual blades. And so it's no longer going to apply an element. Personally, I don't really care about that. I never really abused the Beetle Talisman that much. I've got like one build where I use it just to have a Beetle Talisman build. I never really played it. Personally, I don't mind seeing it go. It's really busted. Wasn't really much of a reason for it to exist in the game. So I'm pretty fine with seeing that go away. They've fixed a couple of the shards not really working correctly, I guess. Especially with Phoenix's Breath of Fire shard is the big one here to me. Silvermane's got a similar one that had, I guess, the same issue. But essentially, with these, for the Phoenix one in particular, if you did your Sundering Slam like point blank on the enemy, the shard damage, like fire wave it sent out, wouldn't hit the enemy, right? So that's been fixed. That's really nice. Can't wait to do some Phoenix builds now. Only reason I haven't been playing that build is because it was really annoying to use because of that, so I can't wait to mess with that. But I didn't even know about this. Didn't know this was a thing. Interesting enough, in which I play Mobius, I know about it by now. So again, Exalted Tower can now be unlocked in multiplayer. I don't think there's anything else important here. Mobius's Nova technique has been fixed as well. It'll now consume, do consume damage. It was not doing so previously. That's right here. There might have been other cases where that effect was happening. I'm not sure. It doesn't specify Mobius, so maybe there was other places. But my throat's getting really dry for some reason. Oh yeah, right. They fixed the dual primary augments not being upgradable past 3. really nice. We've been missing a stat line on those, you know, the mastery line on those for a while now. Nice to see that fixed finally. They fixed some other bugs. They fixed the stat bug, you know, with the stats not, you know, from the skills not being, actually affecting the character, or at least on the stat sheet. And that's about it. That's about it. I'm pretty disappointed. Again, remember, we have been waiting 2 months for this patch. 2 months. And, this is pretty frustrating. I'm really hoping there are some unmentioned changes, or there's another patch coming very soon that addresses some other issues. Quite frankly, they haven't even fixed all the shard bugs. There's still quite a few left. They didn't address Exalted Tower at all. They made it exactly. They made no real balance changes to the shards, which is pretty frustrating. A couple places are essentially completely useless in the Exalted Tower because of how bad their shards are. It's really frustrating that this is what we got after 2 months of waiting. It's also pretty disappointing. And I do say, if this had been like a week 2 patch, I would have been really excited. Like, I would have been pretty excited, right? If this had been after 2 weeks, I'd have been pretty excited. I think if you ignore this, like, you know, this is probably what I would imagine they spent the most of the time on, right? You know, reworking the Spirit Realm. Just looking at the rest of the changes, dude, I feel like a solo dev could have done the rest of this in a week. Maybe 2. 2 weeks to be fair. Just to be on the fair side, right? I feel like a solo dev could have done all this in a week. Maybe 2. And I don't say that from a place of ignorance. I do have a bachelor's degree in computer science. I had developed a game before. I wouldn't consider myself a game developer, but I do have game developing experience. I feel pretty comfortable saying a solo dev could have pushed this out in 2 weeks, for sure. The fact we waited 2 months for this is pretty frustrating. And quite frankly, a lot of these changes are too little too late. Like the Valipite shards being easier to unlock, the not being unlocked shards, and the Exalted Tower multiplayer. All these changes are too little too late, in my opinion. But these should have been changes we saw within 2 weeks. Unfortunately, we waited 2 months. 2 months. It's really frustrating. It's really disappointing. My copium is that, again, this is only part of the patch, and that for some reason they're not ready to release the rest of it. You know, maybe there's a bunch of hidden changes, but again, there's no address to the stagger spam and the knockdown spam in the tower, in the Exalted Tower. They did not address Solaris at all, which is kind of a big problem in the Exalted Tower at the moment, especially because of his shield. Again, frustrating and disappointing. But it is what it is, I guess, and we have to make do with what we've got. But I guess that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know how you're feeling about it, and catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take it easy, everybody.